guys, June here, and today I want to do an anime review. I know, haven't done those in a while. My older ones are really crappy, and I hope this one is a bit better. And as the title suggests, it's Strike the Blood. I love that anime. It is amazing, and here's the thing. My review, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to compare it a little bit to some of what wiki info that I read about on the light novel because I have not read anything from the light novel. I have only read a little bit from the manga, but I'm going to try to do my best to review this as to what the show have showed me. You know what I mean? Okay, let's get this started. The show, it started out as to being really strong. It was awesome. It talked about the main characters, kinda. It doesn't reveal anything about the history or background. They kind of wanted to like make it seep into the story, like Naruto. But here's the thing: they have so much story in this, like the amount of background story for each character and for the world itself is so much that I don't they don't really show much in all of the episodes from episode 1 to 24. I wish they showed more of it. That would have been cool because there were a lot of potentials and the path they could have been taking it. But I don't know. The main character, overpowered, but of course he doesn't know how to control his power until he sucks blood. I know. His name is Akatsuki Kojo, and he it's basically a harem story. I'm not even kidding. It's a vampire slash harem story about meeting a girl, and he has friends. That's as much as I could go into the story from the beginning. But he's overpowered, and he could only control his familiars, which is beasts that he could summon out from, you know, from his own blood, I guess. Strike the blood. When he drinks other people's blood. Yay, I know, right? There, I don't know where to go with this, but I'm going to improvise for a bit, but here's the thing. The story, there were much, too much filler for a 24 episode, show. I know some people would think that each story arc, they separate each story arc with, you know, different sections. Main character stays the same, obviously, but each story arc basically gives him a new power, or not new power, but like new ways of controlling his familiars. That was cool. They had to mix a lot of different type of fantasies into this. That made it really convenient to tell a fantasy story in the modern world or futuristic world because the island is basically man-made. So yeah, I love this anime. I really don't want to slander it, but there were many problems with it. First of all, I'm not going to say if this show has good fan service or not because the fan service, they were amazing. Not as much as some people thought there would be. A good balance. A, a lot more than what Naruto and Bleach could do. But yeah, that's as deep as fan service as I'm gonna tell you guys about. But the voice actors, they were amazing. They had a great cast of characters, and animation was just amazing. There were completely no CG animation stuff like that in there because they literally just would ruin you know, the experience for anyone unless it's like a mecha or those kind of animes. But yeah, they do a good job of like introducing the enemies. But some enemies, I really felt like they weren't the main character for that one particular story arc, and some some of the enemies just later on become friends. I know, right? But yeah, not too much Ichi. Some people like that, some people don't. I'm not going to say which perspective is better because people would, you know, say things about that. Now, there were some things that I really hated in this anime, and that was they never really had any proper character backgrounds other than Himenagi, or I probably said her name wrong. I'm sorry, but yeah, the organization she was with, the Lion King organization, that actually had some background on it, and same goes for her character. Um, you know, there were some background stories to it, but other than that, like Akatsuki Kojo, I seriously did not know what his background was and how he got the power of, like, the vampire power, as to being the strongest vampire in the world. I never knew how he got that power until I read about it on the wiki. I know, right? They should have had more episodes talking about the backgrounds for each character, because there were some amazing characters in there with amazing powers that they don't really explain clearly, and I really hated that, you know? Yeah, but other than that, since the story, the anime itself is split into different story arcs, they focus on which enemy and which ally they should focus on. That was cool, but after that one story arc, they kind of reappear. Some characters reappear for a little bit, some reappear for a lot, and some literally just does not reappear. That is really weird, and it would have been cool to show more of those special type of characters with special powers. That would have helped. Sorry, guys, in these story arcs. But yeah, that's about it. Um, as to the ending of this anime, I really, 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 God, how many times can I say that? I really hope they have a season 2, because it's a 24 episode anime and there's a big possibility that it won't have another season because of, you know, how popular it will get in Japan. But I seriously hope that they will have a season 2, because the last story arc it felt a bit like a filler, but also it concludes the story of what might happen to the main character. It's it's kind of weird how they explained it, but it gives conclusion to the audience, but it felt really unsatisfying. For some people, some perspectives, they might think, okay, this anime has an awesome conclusion. Okay, cool. But what about the other characters? They never really explained their backgrounds, like Akatsuki's mother or sister, as to how they got their powers. Well, the mother doesn't really have powers, but his sister has powers. They don't really explain that. I read it on Wiki, but you know, I guess you really have to read the light novel or something, because I seriously don't know where all these informations are coming from. It might be confusing to some people while watching this. So yeah, I really, really, really wish they had another season, or continue making this series like um the big four or the big three, like Naruto, One Piece, Fairy Tail, and Bleach, because those animes, they're popular for a reason, because the studios and authors keep putting in filler story and important story. They should do it for Strike the Blood too, because there are so much background story and so much character potential stories that they could have explored, but they never explored, but instead they put fillers in. I know I keep saying fillers, even though some people think that they are literally important to the story. But hey, this is my opinion, and this is what I thought of the anime. And you know what? If I would give this anime a rating, I would give it an 8, But other than that, I really hope they have a second season. But yeah, if you guys like this review, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe. Or favorite. You know, whichever one you guys want. And thanks for watching my review. See you next time.